What up, though? It's Imported Athletes and Travel Podcast. And as usual, I got my boy Yodai Nakamura. And today we have a special guest. We got my boy Hunter Cooper in the building today. What's up, man?
How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, just living life out here.
How's life over there in Belgium?
It's quiet. It's it's quiet, but it's a lot of fun. We got a really good group of guys over here, so I enjoy it.
How many seasons have you been playing in Belgium?
This is my third year out here, all through the same club. I had the same roommate for the first 2 years, and now got a different guy over here. So yeah, it's a great group of people, and I just, dude, I love it over here.
What's it like playing for the same club for 3 years?
Uh, it's so cool because you get to see. I've been coaching the same kids now for 3 years, and you get to see like these kids grow up and grow in baseball, but also grow, get way taller and turn into. Some of them are turning into men now, and you got kids learning English. And dude, it's on that side of things. It's awesome getting to know the kids and getting to learn them, and then on the baseball side of things, it's more than I could have asked for. And I got a couple guys on my team that once, I end up getting married. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years, so once we end up getting married, some of them are going to be in my wedding, and it's like another family.
That's dope, man. Is your girlfriend from there?
No, my girlfriend's from California, so she's been sticking it out with me for these last couple years traveling around, and she makes the trip out sometimes. But yeah,
She originally
Trooper,
from?
trooper.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it makes it worth it when you get to go on vacation to Barcelona and Paris and stuff, and you know, it's pretty cool.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Speaking of traveling, we asked this to a lot of our guests because, like, right now, I got a summer break. I know sometimes there's breaks for tournaments and stuff like that. Where are some of the places that you like to travel when you're staying in Europe?
So I this year it was the first time that I went to Croatia. I went to Split, and dude, I loved it. It was so beautiful. The beaches over there, crazy. Like the history of the buildings and architecture and all that was amazing. I enjoyed that a ton. Obviously, Prague for Prague Baseball Week when we went, when I met both of you guys, that was by far one of my favorite cities that I've been to. And then Paris is pretty cool too. I enjoy that. It's a nice little, spend a couple days there and get to go see everything. I went last year when they were setting up for the Olympics, so I got to see the Olympic rings on the Eiffel Tower and see some of the stuff that they were setting up for that. So that was super cool too.
Oh yeah, dude. I was there last year and it was crazy seeing everything decked out in the Olympic stuff. I don't think I ever been to a city while they're getting ready to host the Olympics.
That was my first time, and then I'm gonna have my second time because next year's the Summer Olympics, I think, in LA. It's
Yeah.
2026, 20, yeah. So I'll be around all that while they're setting all that up, and that'll be cool too. But yeah, that was definitely because I went the year before, so I got to see how it was without all that stuff, and then I went back again last year, and I saw them setting up like the beach volleyball courts and like all the stuff over there. It was pretty cool and interesting to look at because never seen before. So
Can I be the Debbie Downer real quick in this situation?
yes.
Because I was with the Senard Templiers last year, and that's only a 30-minute train ride to Paris. Actually, my go-to little Asian market was like not so far away from where they were setting up like the street skateboarding arena and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you know how they like blocked off all the roads and stuff to create walkways for the tourists, and
Yes.
they're blocking off like a couple of the major train stations too because those are going to be venues for the Olympics too. I had to go the extra long route to try to go to my usual Asian market just to buy some noodles, sesame oil, Asian essentials, all because, we had to set it up for the dang tourists, man. I'm allowed to say I live there, so dang tourists, man.
It honestly, it wasn't great for the tourists either. Like, because I had been there the year before, and there was a couple places where I was like, "Oh, it's a quick walk or a quick train ride, and it's right down whatever." And then I go, and it takes yeah, it's way longer and it's just take away some of the views and stuff as well. So that
Yeah.
I can understand why somebody that lived there would not enjoy that.
Like actually, when Troy was there, I gave him the basic, Paris tour, but I wanted to take him to the Alexander Third Bridge, like the bridge,
Okay.
but that bridge was blocked off too because that was supposed to be like a viewing point where they set up all the cameras and stuff for all the water sports, like
Yeah.
the water racing and stuff. So I couldn't really take my tourist friends onto the Alexander the Third Bridge. So
Did you get a chance to catch any of the events or anything though?
I did, I did. It was actually cool because that was like my redemption tour because Tokyo 2020, I was in Tokyo, but I was there because of COVID, couldn't go play overseas. Tokyo 2021 happened, but I already started my overseas career. I was in Austria at the time. And on top of that, I think 2021, they didn't let any fans in. So everything was like no fans and stuff. So it was like so close, yet so far. So to get like that redemption tour at Paris 2024, and I actually went to two events. I got to see a soccer game, and I also got to watch 7v7 rugby. So
That's
Ooh,
pretty sick.
it was fun, man. Definitely cross that off my check bucket list. Go to an Olympic.
Yeah, that's sweet.
man, I gotta get to one.
I'm hoping I'm gonna make it out when it's in LA because I have a pretty good buddy of mine and my girlfriend's that'll be on the French men's volleyball team.
Oh,
So
okay.
and they're hosting it at the Honda Center and it's like 10 minutes from my house. So hoping I can make it out to watch that.
Honda Center is which one is that? That's the
The Ducks, the Anaheim Ducks.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh wow, it's right there. That's
yeah.
crazy. So Hunter, what's your, as we like to call it, your import villain origin story?
Yes. So honestly, I was in my junior year. I obviously we got COVID. I blew out my knee, so I had a redshirt year for that, and we're trying to figure out what year I actually am of college. And so it's my junior year, and one of my teammates' brothers had played in Holland for UVV, and he said, "Hey, their import got hurt. Would you be interested in going over there?" And I was like, "I'd love to go over there after the season." And so, I got in contact with their coach and started talking to them, and they're like, "Yeah, we need a dude right now." And I had never heard of baseball jobs overseas or really heard of people playing over here in Europe either. And so I got in contact with them, and that ended up not working out because they needed a guy way sooner than I could have got there. But then I kind of talked with my parents, and I was like, "Hey, like he told me, let's check out this website if that's something you're interested in." So shout out to Brett Thompson for introducing me to baseball jobs overseas, and that's how I got in contact with them, and then just started firing off a bunch of emails and yeah, ended up in Bruscat, Belgium. So
Nice.
yeah,
UVV, UVV.
yeah,
I think I know exactly how the negotiation went.
probably. I know. I got a lot of phone calls at 3 in the morning my time.
Yep.
Yeah, but I ended up getting out here, and a bunch of my teammates that I played because we're not that far from the Dutch border. We're like I think an hour, maybe an hour 15, and in the southern part of or in the northern part of Belgium, they speak Dutch. So a lot of my teammates here have played a season or a couple seasons for them over there. So that's pretty cool first full circle moment.
Oh yeah. It's I'm not too far from you. I'm in the southern part of the Netherlands right now, and I didn't realize you can get to Belgium like an hour on the train.
Yeah. You tell Yodai we played each other in the preseason?
Yeah, I told him that was a real random import moment. My One of my friends that I played with in Germany, he's from Lithuania, and I don't know how, but one of the clubs in Lithuania came all the way to Belgium for a preseason tournament, and I was going to hang out with him. But little did I know, because it wasn't a lot of information on it. They just sent me this flyer that I could barely read, and I was like, okay, I'll pull up. And then I started looking around, and it was the Amsterdam Pirates, it was the Twins, and it was another Dutch team there?
No, it was those ones and then the three Belgian teams.
Yeah, and then I see the Braves, and I'm just like, oh my God, Hunter's somewhere around here. So I went to just watch, but then my friend Will was like, yo, we need another catcher that can catch my two seam. You wanna play a little bit? And that's how I ended up playing in that tournament, that preseason tournament.
How you ended up getting on the mound against us?
Yeah, that was the other fun part. They were like, okay, we got one more game and we got no more pitching left. And I was like, put me in, coach.
You know what was funny about that was because I follow Will, I follow you, I follow both of you guys. I follow all three of the names that just popped up. And at the time, I was at my spring training in Italy, in Tuscany. We were supposed to have like a morning afternoon doubleheader, but it got rained out. Okay. And we knew right around like 10 o'clock, like, hey, we're just gonna bang it today. So we'll just get like a lift in. But that lift was at like 12. So after that, you got the whole dang day, and like we don't have any games, workout scheduled because the next day was like the designated off day. And we didn't reserve any fields. It's like, all right, back to back off days in Tuscany. I can't complain. So by the time it's 3 o'clock, we're crushing some vinos, we're having some pesto, some prosciutto, and I'm feeling myself. And then I open Instagram and I'm like, wait, time out, time out. I know the vino's kind of strong, but like, am I tripping? Because I'm seeing Hunter on Troy's story. On Troy's story, I'm seeing Willie. And then on Willie's story, I'm seeing these two. Wait, hold on. What's going on? And then like the next week, I think me and Troy were doing like a podcast. But before we were recording, I'm like, yo, am I tripping? Or like, were you in Belgium with the Lithuanian dude? And he just told me like the exact story that he just told us. I'm like, okay, so I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like when you're overseas, like those criminal shows, right? Where they like have a bunch of like
Have the big
faces on the wall, and then like they all like connect dots. Those like spontaneous trips where like some people are like visiting this town and they visit this important, like the dots connect. And I was like, hold on, a California guy, a Detroit guy, and a Lithuanian in Belgium. Hold on, how do the dots connect? Like, what's going on?
that's yeah, that's happened more times than I can count of stuff like that happening.
It's the beauty of overseas baseball, man.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like when your favorite shows as a kid have a crossover episode.
No, for real.
Oh, did you guys were you guys Power Ranger kids growing up or no?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't.
And
I'll be honest. I wasn't a huge Power Rangers guy growing up. I did watch it, but it wasn't.
I don't know if like the USA version Power Rangers do, but at least like the Japanese versions, they'll do like a all-time Red Ranger crossover where like all the Red Rangers from like all the historical Power Ranger series will like come together and they save the world. It's kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
Because we all got all of us imports, man, we all got a Red Ranger in our heart.
True. True.
When the Red Rangers get together is crazy.
It's a good time.
That was my first time in Belgium on a whim like that. It was even crazier. But hanging around Antwerp was really cool. I didn't really know what to expect, because Belgium's like is a unique place. Its history is unique. The demographic of people there, it's like a little bit of everybody from everywhere.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times like I last year. You know Jackson, right? Longhofer.
Yeah,
He was my roommate last year, and we're walking around in Antwerp, and I think I said y'all or he said y'all or something, and there was somebody in front of us, and they turn around and they're like, "Did you guys just say y'all?" And we're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "You guys have to be from the States. There's no way you can't be." And they were it was a group of four people. They were from Wisconsin, and they worked in Antwerp for some oil company or something, and they were just there, and stuff like that happens all the time. Sometimes we'll be playing, and there'll be people that are walking by or riding their bikes by, and they're from England or something, and they hear us talking in English, and they're like, "Oh, like where are you guys from?" It happens so often.
What's the what language do they speak the most in the part of Belgium that you live in?
They speak Dutch here. So you have our league is kind of split up into 4 and 4, and you got 4 teams up here around Antwerp, and all of them speak Dutch. And then you got 4 teams south of Brussels, and all of them speak French. So I actually got last year, I got the opportunity to coach the U23 national team, and they make all of them speak English when they're together because
Hmm.
they don't want to favor the French side or the Dutch side, so they just make them all speak English. So I was like, this is perfect for me. I
Yeah.
know a little bit of Dutch, not enough to hold a conversation for you know enough to actually get something out of the conversation. So it was perfect for me that they make them speak English, and it's yeah. And then with the little kids, it's cool too because they my first year here they set me up with the U12 team, and that's like right when they start learning English in school. So they're learning English all day. Then they come to practice, and then I'm talking to them in English, and they're trying to like further their education that way. So it's kind of cool that they set us up like that, so they get teaching outside of school. But I know it probably sucks for them, but
It makes them
What's
more
that?
well-rounded individuals.
yeah.
What's that? What do you guys call that? That mixture language, where it's like a little bit of everything that they speak, like around Brussels and all that. What is that called?
Well, I in the northern part they call it Flemish in the northern part.
Flemish. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
So you have there's West Flanders that speak with a little bit of a different dialect. You have Antwerps, which is kind of where we are, that they speak a little different dialect of. And it's funny because I've been told by a lot of people because I've lived here now for 3 years and like been only around these people. They're like, you have when you speak Dutch or you say Dutch words, you have a Antwerp's accent. Like you say the words how the people there say it. So I've had times where I go to the Netherlands and they're speaking the same language and I have no idea what they're saying. And I'm like, normally I would know at least part of what you guys are saying, but I have no clue because it's so different and they speak like it'd be, I want to say it'd be like somebody going to the South and hearing like a Southern person's accent and, kind of tripping up on some words. It's the same thing there. And it's even worse when you don't actually speak their language.
Oh yeah. It's
Dude,
it's
my brother.
crazy.
Sorry, go continue, continue.
No, I was saying that's crazy.
My first encounter with Flemish had my brain about to explode, man. Because like after spending 3 years in like a German speaking countries, like picking up enough, because I actually passed the A1 level test.
Okay.
So it's like I understand enough German to which Dutch is very similar. So I could pick up some Dutch phrases, right? But
Yep.
then also being in Belgium, and starting the morning off at the delirium, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, and
Yes.
feeling myself. So now I'm hearing like a little bit of Dutch. I'm also hearing a little bit of Flemish, which kind of has like Dutch parts in it. I'm also hearing French, and mind you, I'm picking up French because I'm playing in Senar. I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm starting to like pick up like 4 different languages, but my like, brain's trying to like focus on the Dutch, but then it transfers over to the French and then the English. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And the next
Yep.
thing you know, it's 4 p.m. and somehow join a bachelor party where everybody's wearing fedoras, and I got baptized in a fedora, and they all spoke English. But dude, that language is like because one of the locals explained to me like how the Flemish kind of works, like what parts is like this, like that. I'm like, dude, it's way too much, way too
Yeah,
much.
it's a ton. It's a ton. Speaking of bachelor parties and bachelorette parties, if you ever want to go somewhere where they just have Antwerp is like every weekend you'll be out at the bars in the city, you'll see 5 different bachelor or bachelorette parties walking by. I can't tell you how many times we've been out there and we see a group of people, they all got their different outfits on. They're all wearing, the one's wearing a sash and a crown, and then all the other girls are wearing all the other stuff. And I think we've made it kind of a challenge for us. Is every time we see one, if they're all wearing matching something like glasses or hats or something, we try to get one while we're out there. So I got a pair of like blue heart glasses from this bachelorette party that they were all wearing. I think my buddy has a what do you call it? The like a fanny
Pass.
pack. One of
Oh
them, yeah. It's just all we just. There's so many of them, and we just they hear us talking English, and they're like, "American, we want to talk to you guys."
man, no, I did see a couple of those when I was out in Antwerp, and I'm just like, this. I guess this is the place you go to have that party, huh?
Yeah, I apparently it would seem so.
I love the concept. I love the concept of just like casually joining in, you know,
100%, 100%.
Get a
to
And
quote the
souvenir.
Wise Kesha.
generally they'll be like, I'll ask them, or one of my teammates will ask them, what do we got to do to get the glasses or whatever you guys got? And they're like, buy the bride a drink, and we'll give you one. And
Ooh.
Easy.
perfect, perfect, easy, straight to the point, good to go.
As the wise Kesha once said, now the party don't start till we walk in.
That should be the BBJO mantra.
Now that should be like the Antwerp mantra. Like for BB, any clubs in
Mhm.
Antwerp or that area, if they have a BBJO account, that's got to be their motto. Like
Yes,
the party don't start till the import gets here and they crash a bachelor or bachelorette party.
yes, exactly.
You got to. You can't get married unless an import crashes your bachelorette party. It's just how
That's
it
how
works.
we, that's how we make sure it's for real.
That's crazy. Is there any other things that you notice happen a lot in Antwerp or Belgium that you weren't accustomed to, like any culture shocks?
Um, Other than Dutch people just being very straightforward and just telling you exactly how it is, like if you have a bad game, they are not afraid to come up to you and be like, "Hey, you sucked today. Next week, be better." And it's like, yeah,
The,
like
the Germans are like
I'm
that
cool with
too.
that. I'm cool with that. I can respect that. Um, they don't. I mean, another thing, they don't really do breakfast here. Like if I'm eating oatmeal in the morning before our game, like they kind of look at me funny, like why? What are you doing? For them, I'm sure it's like a lot of places in Europe. It's a coffee and a croissant, and that gets you going for the day. But no, it's pretty funny to see them sometimes like just give me a little side eye with what I'm eating in the morning.
You got to show up with a Belgian waffle, man. That's the only appropriate breakfast.
But it's see here, it's not a breakfast. That's a
Yeah.
dessert. It's a
Yep.
dessert. Which is yeah. You guys, I mean, you're in the Netherlands now, so you've had stroopwafels, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. As soon as I got here, they gave me a stroopwafel, and I've never been the
Yep.
same.
Yep. They're those are delicious. But I would say on the culture shock side, it's just I mean, I'm sure it's also this way in baseball anywhere in Europe, but just the sheer amount of beer that these people drink
Oh yeah.
What keeps me
is
around?
it's 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 crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, before I got here, I wasn't a huge beer drinker. I'm still not, but I've definitely learned to appreciate it more and enjoy it more. Um, and like staying after games with the team and having a drink is definitely some of my, favorite uh favorite times being over here.
Oh yeah. That's where the team bonding happens. Post game
100%.
beer.
Yeah.
I'm not a big beer guy either, and the Germans were looking at me crazy. Like, what you mean you don't drink beer, like at all? Like, I told them I didn't drink beer, and they was like, "Oh, so you don't drink at all?" And I'm just like, "No, just not beer." And they're trying to process that, and it took them a few days, but then they were like, "Okay, what about a cider?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can dig that." So they would give me a cider to drink while everyone had a beer.
Yeah, I think they'll give you a little side eye here if you do that. It's beer or beer or beer.
Yeah.
But I mean, you learn to enjoy it, and you find. I mean, there's so many different kinds here. You learn to kind of enjoy it and find what you like, and then you just stick with it. So
No complaints from Yodai about the beer though.
I'm sure.
I mean, man, like Belgium was probably one of my favorite destinations that I've taken a vacation to strictly for the beer. I mean, I wanted to do the sightseeing and stuff too, but hey, there's a reason why. Like 4 out of my 5 European seasons, I've conquered the top three beer consumers in the world. The Czech Republic, Austria, Germany.
Yep.
It's not that hard to recruit me, man. Just pay me on time and show me what beers you got.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure when we were in Czech, you caught me and my dad bought you some beers after the game
He
for
did.
for
He did.
texting.
God bless your dad because I think he came out with us to one of the pubs afterwards.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I was just at that same pub like a week ago. But I remember, I think I bought a round for like the team, being like the vet of the team, like the vet
Yeah.
of the Globetrotters. I bought a round, and then I'm handing it out, passing it around. Then I go back to our table, we're hanging out, and your dad comes up to me and puts his arms around me. He goes, "The catcher should never buy beers for the pitchers. They better take care of you. And if my son makes you buy beer ever again, you come talk to me." I was like, man, I love this guy. I love
Yeah.
this guy. I just met him like 5 hours ago, but I love this guy already.
That checks out.
It's good parenting.
Yeah, yeah. You got to take care of the catchers; they'll take care of you.
How is he doing?
He's doing good. He's just back at home right. There's a lot of stuff going on in California right now, so
Yeah, yeah.
he's over there taking care of some of that stuff. But yeah, he's doing good. My sister just finished up her freshman year. Sister also a catcher for softball,
I
so she
saw
just finished
that.
up.
I saw that.
Yeah,
She wasn't she like all conference or like all something, I think. I
in
remember you posting a story.
yeah in high school she was. She just finished up her freshman year of college. She played
Okay.
a decent amount, but no, I think you probably saw that they put her into the Hall of Fame at my high school, like the softball Hall of Fame.
I think that's what I saw. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So funny
Good.
enough, we're the first brother and sister to be both on the baseball and softball Hall of Fame for our high school. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's dope.
yeah.
Enjoyed that, yeah.
Hey, look at you, little flex.
Hey,
You know.
it's all in the family.
Yeah, true, true. She's way better than me though, and I'll be the first one to admit it. So
So it's how it goes, man. The younger siblings are always like the better athletes because hey, they had a role model to look up to.
yes, yes.
You got them together. That's cool. I'm surprised. Why didn't your sister a pitcher like you, man?
I was a catcher my whole life growing up, and then when I like halfway through high school, they're like, "Hey, you throw kind of hard. You should pitch." And I was like, "Sounds good." And I started doing that, and then my freshman year of college, I was trying to see which one I would do, and then I blew out my ACL. So then I was like, "Yeah, pitcher it is. Sounds good. Not doing that to my knees anymore."
He
Yeah.
escaped. He escaped.
I did.
Well,
I
I
did escape.
mean, did he really escape? He still tore it.
Yeah, true, true.
He just made it to the other side.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
made it
yeah.
through. I'm still in one piece less in my knee, but I'm still in one piece. Good to go.
Yeah, I'm not letting my kids play catcher. Y'all go play right field or something.
You can't even let them pitch nowadays either because all the arm problems.
Yeah, that too. It's crazy. Like people are getting Tommy John in high school and stuff.
Yeah. I think. Have you guys had any experiences with any of your Belgian teammates that have arm problem, or not Belgian? Sorry, any of your European teammates having arm problems and having to go to a European doctor about their elbow problems in a country that doesn't like baseball is not in their culture at all.
Well, here is not as bad. One of my guys, he's had some arm problems, but he used to play like for an academy and like national team. So he knows some doctors that kind of know a little bit more about baseball. But like when I was like in Germany and stuff, they're just like, we'll send you to the tennis doctor, I guess.
Yep, that's exact. We had one of our guys that had arm problems. They're like, "We're gonna send you to the tennis doctor, but our diagnosis is don't throw for a month."
I could have
And
guessed
we're
that.
like, and then he comes back to us and he's like, should I do rehab? Should I do any of this?" And I'm like, "Yes." What did they tell you? They're like, "Don't do anything." Like, oh, that's that's great. That's great advice. That's great advice.
I think the craziest one. So like here in the Czech Republic, like baseball's a little bit bigger, so you actually see quite a bit of guys who get TJ. Some performed by Czech doctors, others like they'll go to the USA and get it. But like you see the Czech Republic just making friends with all the big baseball countries right now, so they have those connections. But
Sure.
craziest one I heard was actually my second season in Austria. Okay, one of the kids had like elbow issues. So went to a doctor and have you guys ever heard of tennis elbow?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's like two similar injuries. I forgot like which side is which, but there's tennis elbow, which is like the inside or outside, whatever, and there's something on the exact opposite side called little league elbow. It has like something to do with like the growth plate and the elbow or whatever. Like similar injuries. The only difference is does it hurt the inside of the elbow or the outside of the elbow? Kid you not when I say this. This Austrian kid went to the doctor, came back with a diagnosis. They're like, yeah, apparently I have a very rare case of tennis elbow, but on the other side of the elbow. I'm like, boy, that is not tennis elbow if it's the other side.
Yeah, that does check out. I
That
mean,
sums it
we've
up.
we've been pretty lucky that my last 2 years we had a guy who was the physical therapist on our team who is like on the national team, and then we had another guy that is a physiotherapist for the national team, like the U23 and like the youth program. So we had guys that were pretty knowledgeable about, you know, baseball injuries and physical therapy for those baseball injuries and stuff. So we've been pretty lucky to have a couple guys like that around. But there's some clubs over here that I can't imagine what goes on over there when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I feel for that because it's hard. Like you think about baseball in Europe, and it's hard to like get cleats or get a new glove if you break it. But getting hurt doing some baseball stuff, and now you got to find a doctor that knows what's going on. It's tough.
Yeah, it's different.
And I was just talking about it with my roommate too, actually, yesterday. We were talking about it yesterday. Like how a lot of these European teams obviously would recruit, people of, decent baseball backgrounds from like a big baseball country. And we were talking about how sometimes you could bring like an ex-pro import, but they wouldn't really like be able to sustain a full season and like maintain their success mainly because like the environment is so different. Like when you're playing pro ball, like we had trainers, we had like a facility like ice tub when we wanted to jump in. We had a masseuse who like rub us down, all this stuff, and then you come here where. I mean, I can only think of Regensburg, who has like a full staff like that, or maybe a couple handful of clubs who have like a physiotherapist on staff.
Yeah.
So you really gotta like learn to take care of your body like by yourself. But like that kind of leads to my question that I want to ask you, Hunter, is aside from the beer drinking part, like what were some of the biggest culture shocks you felt when you first start playing in Europe?
Um, Playing wise, it's the
Playing wise,
biggest thing,
baseball
and
wise.
the biggest thing here, and that I've heard from every other import that I've talked to, and everywhere is just the lack of people showing up to practice. And I had kind of had a little bit of a talk with some people that I knew that had come over there, but I didn't understand the extent to which it was going to be. Especially here in Belgium, that's not like a top tier baseball country. And don't get me wrong, the youth here is like, especially at the club that I'm at, is exploding. And I think we have three U12 teams, two U15 teams. Like we just have so many kids that are starting to get into it. But at our level, when the first time you show up to a practice and there's three people there, it's a huge shock. Um, Also, I had heard stories about pitchers throwing a ton of pitches, and then last year I threw a 148 pitch complete game. That was another shock. I had heard about it, but I was like, yeah, okay, like I'm sure people do that, and then yeah, then it happens. You're like, oh, they do that. Okay.
Oh yeah, I had a 182 pitch complete game, and we found a way to lose. And it happens. You run out of pitching. It's just like either you pitch or we don't play. So
Yeah, we had a team this weekend. They forfeit because they said we have enough players to play, but we don't have guys that want to pitch, so we're not going to play.
man,
I was like, we'll take the win and we'll, go have some fun on Saturday night instead of playing on Sunday. But
yeah,
yeah, it's a little, yeah, it's just different. I think
yeah.
the culture around baseball here is different.
We got 3 minutes left on the game clock because we still don't have Zoom Premium.
Okay, okay.
So any last words you wanna say to the import community?
I mean, dude, if you're interested in coming out here, if you're watching Troy's video, I mean, I think you're doing a great job of kind of peeling back the curtain of what we do here and what we go through and the amount of fun that we have. But I mean, I couldn't recommend it any more than anything else. Like, dude, I've enjoyed my time so much here and meeting people like you and meeting people like Yodai and all the other people that I've met of other imports, not just the people that I play with, dude. It's great. I love it so much, and it's a part of my life that I'll never forget, and it's something that'll stay with me forever. So it's been just an amazing experience.
Well, thanks for hopping on the show, man. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us, and thank you for the compliments on the podcast. Me and Yoda, I've been working real hard on it, trying to do exactly what you said, show what it's like to be an import, and everyone's story is so different, unique. So I was happy that you were able to give us some insight on Belgian baseball and what's it like over there, man.
Of course,
Uh,
man.
yeah, thank you for coming. Definitely will have you back in the future. From me, Yodai, my boy Hunter Cooper, thank you for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time on Imported Athletes and Travel Podcast.